Long before we had the bright plastic toys, Lego bricks, and shiny gadgets that fill your room today, people in the ancient world, and specifically in the early 1900s, were actually using milk to make rock-hard buttons, beautiful jewelry, fancy combs, and even handles for umbrellas. It sounds absolutely impossible that a splashing white liquid you drink with cookies could turn into a solid stone, but history tells us that even royalty like Queen Mary wore necklaces made from this strange material called galalith, which literally translates to milkstone, proving that science has been creating magic for centuries. You do not need a giant factory, heavy machinery, or dangerous chemicals to recreate this forgotten history, because the secret ingredient is hiding right inside your refrigerator in the form of a special protein called casein, which comes from the Latin word for cheese. Normally, these tiny casein molecules float around in your milk, bouncing off each other like happy little bumper cars, but we are going to force them to crash together, hold hands, and never let go by using a secret weapon that you definitely have in your kitchen cabinet: plain white vinegar. To start this mind-bending experiment, you simply heat up a cup of milk in the microwave or on the stove until it is steaming hot. Just be careful not to let it boil over. And then comes the moment of pure shock, where you pour in 4 spoonfuls of vinegar and watch the chemical reaction happen instantly before your very eyes. Suddenly, the smooth white milk will struggle and separate into a gross-looking watery yellow liquid called whey and big white rubbery blobs called curds, which is exactly what Little Miss Muffet was eating in the nursery rhyme. You have to fish out those white blobs, which are now heavy with that casein protein, and use a strainer or a paper towel to squeeze out every single drop of liquid until you are left with a warm, squishy ball of dough that feels a lot like the slime or Play-Doh you love to play with. This is the part where you can become an artist by adding glitter, neon food coloring, or even glow-in-the-dark paint to make it look alien. And then you have to knead it really well with your fingers to make it smooth before shaping it into beads, stars, dinosaur bones, or a model of your own thumb. The craziest part happens when you leave your soft creation alone on a paper towel for 2 or 3 days, because as the water evaporates into the air, those protein chains lock together tighter than a bank vault door, turning your squishy dough into a piece of hard, durable bioplastic that you can drop on the floor without it breaking. It is totally wild to think that we can create something so tough from something so splashy, and unlike the plastic water bottles that pollute our oceans and stay in trash piles for 1,000 years, this milk plastic is completely natural, biodegradable, and safe for the planet, which makes you a historic scientist and an eco-hero all at the same time.